What if I told you that carbs, the very thing most diets tell you to avoid, could actually help you burn fat? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the kicker. With one simple tweak, you can turn everyday foods like rice, potatoes, and even pasta into powerful fat-burning allies. This isn't some gimmick or fad. It's backed by science and takes just 12 hours to unlock. Imagine eating your favorite carbs guilt-free while boosting your metabolism and shrinking stubborn belly fat. Intrigued yet? Here's the truth. Most people are stuck in a cycle of fear. When it comes to carbs, they've been told carbs are the enemy, that they spike blood sugar, pack on fat, and derail progress. But what if the problem isn't the carbs themselves, but how they're prepared? This 12-hour food hack flips the script, using a unique heating and cooling process to transform carbs into resistant starches, compounds that block calorie absorption, improve insulin sensitivity, and even suppress appetite. It's a game changer for anyone looking to lose weight without giving up the foods they love. The best part? This hack is so simple, anyone can do it. No expensive supplements, no complicated recipes, just a little science and a lot of results. Ready to learn how to make carbs work for you instead of against you? Let us dive into this revolutionary method and uncover the secrets to turning your meals into fat-burning machines. Resistant starches are like the unsung heroes of the carbohydrate world. While most carbs get a bad rap for spiking blood sugar and packing on fat, resistant starches take a completely different path. They have this remarkable ability to block the absorption of sugars and carbs, acting almost like a shield in your digestive system. Think of it as a secret weapon for calorie blocking. Your body doesn't even get the chance to absorb those extra calories. And here's the kicker. Not all resistant starches are the same. RS1, RS2, and RS3 each have their own unique structure and benefits, making them a fascinating topic for anyone looking to hack their metabolism. What makes resistant starches so special is their molecular structure. Unlike regular starches that break down into glucose, resistant starches resist digestion in the small intestine. Instead, they travel to the large intestine, where they act as food for your gut bacteria. This process not only helps suppress appetite, but also produces short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, which are known to reduce visceral fat and improve insulin sensitivity. Imagine eating carbs that actually help you lose fat. Sounds too good to be true, right? But science backs it up, and the results are nothing short of transformative. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. The type of resistant starch you consume matters. 1 rupee, found in whole grains and seeds, is locked behind a plant's cell walls, making it harder to digest. RS2, present in foods like green bananas and raw potatoes, has a naturally resistant structure. And RS3, that's where the magic of cooking and cooling comes into play, transforming everyday foods like rice and pasta into fat-burning machines. But how does this transformation happen? The magic of resistant starches lies in their transformation during the process of heating and cooling. When you cook foods like rice, potatoes, or pasta, the heat causes the starch molecules to expand and gelatinize. This makes them easier to digest initially, but here's the twist. When these foods are cooled for 12 to 24 hours, their molecular structure reorganizes. This process, known as retrogradation, makes the starch chemically indigestible in the small intestine. It's like turning a regular carb into a stealthy fat-fighting agent. Once the starch has retrograded, it becomes resistant to digestive enzymes, meaning it bypasses the small intestine and heads straight to the large intestine. Here, it feeds your gut bacteria, which then produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate and propionate. These compounds are metabolic gold. They help reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and even suppress appetite. So, the next time you reheat that leftover rice or pasta, know that you're not just eating. You're fueling your microbiome with a powerful ally. The beauty of this process is that it's simple and accessible. All it takes is a little planning. Cook your carbs, let them cool in the fridge for a day, and then reheat them gently. The best part, the resistant starch remains intact even after reheating. As long as you keep the temperature below 140 degrees Fahrenheit, it's a small tweak to your routine with massive metabolic benefits. But what if you could amplify this effect even further? If one cycle of heating and cooling can transform carbs into resistant starches, imagine what multiple cycles can do. Each time you heat and cool foods like rice, potatoes, or pasta, their molecular structure becomes even more resistant to digestion. It's like reinforcing a shield with every cycle. The key here is to reheat these foods at a low temperature, below 140 degrees Fahrenheit, to preserve the resistant starch. This method doesn't just maximize the health benefits, it also keeps the texture and flavor intact, making it a win-win. Think of this as a simple kitchen hack that works while you go about your day. For example, you could prepare a batch of rice or potatoes, store them in Tupperware, and alternate between heating and cooling over a few days. Each cycle strengthens the resistant starch content, turning your meal prep into a metabolic powerhouse. And the best part, this technique works for a variety of foods, from pasta to tortillas, giving you endless options to experiment with. What's fascinating is how practical this method is for everyday life. Leftovers, for instance, become a hidden gem for your health. That leftover pasta from dinner, reheat it for lunch the next day, and you've just given your body an extra dose of resistant starch. It's a small, intentional habit that can have a big impact on your metabolism. But how do specific foods like peas, potatoes, and rice fit into this equation? Peas are a fantastic starting point for anyone diving into the world of resistant starches. These humble legumes pack a punch when it comes to 3 rupees, especially when prepared correctly. The process is simple. Cook your peas, let them cool for 12 to 24 hours, and then reheat them gently. You can even store them in Tupperware for multiple heating and cooling cycles, amplifying their resistant starch content. Toss them into soups, salads, or even blend them into a creamy dip. You'll be boosting your gut health without even noticing. Potatoes, on the other hand, are a classic example of how versatile resistant starches can be. Whether you prefer them mashed, roasted, or boiled, the key is to let them cool after cooking. You don't even need the skin for the 3 rupees effect to kick in, so feel free to peel them if you like. Want to take it up a notch? Try making a batch of mashed potatoes, refrigerate them overnight, and reheat them the next day. Not only will you enjoy a creamy texture, but you'll also be feeding your microbiome with every bite. Rice is another superstar in the resistant starch world, offering endless possibilities. White rice, for instance, can be cooked, cooled, and reheated to create RS3, while brown rice provides a double benefit with its RS1 content locked in the grain's outer layer. Sushi rice is another fun option. Imagine enjoying your favorite rolls while knowing they're packed with gut-friendly starch. Just remember to add a bit of moisture when reheating rice to maintain its texture and maximize its resistant starch content. But what about other carb-heavy favorites, like pasta and tortillas? Incorporating resistant starches into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. One of the easiest strategies is batch cooking. Prepare a large amount of rice, potatoes, or pasta, and store them in the fridge for multiple heating and cooling cycles. Not only does this save time during the week, but it also maximizes the resistant starch content of your meals. For example, you could cook a big pot of brown rice on Sunday, cool it overnight, and reheat portions throughout the week for lunches or dinners. It's meal prep with a metabolic twist. Reheating techniques are just as important as the preparation process. To preserve the resistant starch, make sure to reheat your food gently, keeping the temperature below 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Adding a bit of moisture, like a splash of water or broth, can help maintain the texture and flavor of your food. This works particularly well with dishes like pasta or tortillas, where dryness can be an issue. Imagine reheating a burrito filled with retrograded rice and beans. It's not just delicious, it's a gut-friendly powerhouse. Combining different resistant starch foods is another practical way to supercharge your meals. Think of a bowl filled with cooled and reheated rice, roasted sweet potatoes, and a sprinkle of green banana flour for an extra boost. Or try overnight oats with a side of reheated lentil pasta for breakfast. These combinations not only enhance the health benefits, but also keep your meals exciting and varied. But what about the finer details, like the importance of temperature and the differences between resistant starch types? When it comes to resistant starches, the details matter. One of the most important factors is the temperature during reheating. To preserve the resistant starch content, it's crucial to keep the temperature below 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Going beyond this threshold can break down the retrograded starch, undoing all the hard work of cooling and reheating. So, whether you're warming up rice, pasta, or tortillas, a gentle reheating method, like using a microwave on low power or a stovetop with a splash of water, is key to maintaining their gut-friendly benefits. Another consideration is the addition of moisture during reheating. Foods like rice and pasta can dry out after being stored in the fridge, which can make them less appealing to eat. Adding a small amount of water, broth, or even milk for oats can restore their texture while keeping the resistant starch intact. This simple step ensures that your meals are not only nutritious, but also enjoyable. After all, no one wants to eat a dry, crumbly tortilla or a clumpy bowl of rice, right? Lastly, it's essential to understand the differences between the types of resistant starch. RS1, found in whole grains and seeds, relies on the food's natural structure to resist digestion. 2 rupees, like that in green bananas, is naturally resistant but doesn't require cooking. RS3, however, is created through the process of heating and cooling, making it the most versatile for everyday meals. Knowing these distinctions can help you choose the right foods and preparation methods for your goals. But how can you take all this knowledge and apply it to your daily life? Resistant starches have the power to completely transform how we think about carbs. By turning everyday foods into microbiome machines, they shift the narrative from carbs being the enemy to carbs being a tool for better health. Imagine your plate filled with cooled and reheated rice, creamy mashed potatoes, or even a burrito packed with retrograded beans and tortillas. These aren't just meals, they're strategies for better digestion, fat loss, and metabolic health. It's a simple yet profound change that anyone can make. What's even more exciting is how accessible these strategies are. You don't need fancy equipment or exotic ingredients, just a fridge, a microwave, and a little planning. The process of heating, cooling, and reheating is a game changer that fits seamlessly into daily life. Whether you're batch cooking rice for the week or experimenting with overnight oats, these small tweaks can lead to big results. And the best part, you're not sacrificing flavor or convenience. In fact, you're enhancing both. This shift in perspective is empowering. Carbs, often seen as the villain in weight loss journeys, can now be your greatest ally. With resistant starches, you're not just eating, you're fueling your body and your microbiome in ways that promote long-term health. But the real question is, are you ready to take this knowledge and put it into action? Let's dive into a practical, step-by-step guide to help you start implementing these strategies today. So, are you ready to take control of your health and make carbs your secret weapon? With just a little planning and a few simple tweaks, you can turn everyday meals into powerful tools for fat loss, better digestion, and improved energy. Imagine the possibilities, enjoying your favorite foods while knowing they're working for your body, not against it. Resistant starches are more than just a food hack. They're a lifestyle upgrade that could completely change the way you approach nutrition. But here's the real question. What's stopping you from starting today? Is it the fear of trying something new? Or maybe you're still holding on to the belief that carbs are the enemy. It's time to let go of those old ideas and embrace a smarter, science-backed way of eating. Start small. Cook a batch of rice, cool it overnight, and reheat it tomorrow. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to incorporate these strategies into your routine. If this inspired you, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more life-changing tips like this. Let's keep this journey going together, because the best version of you is just one small change away. What's the first resistant starch meal you're going to try? Let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.